Hi everyone, my name is Ritesh Lalwani, and in this video, I'll discuss the process of literature survey that I followed for my VLC project under Professor Kurian. In this video, we'll discuss why do we do literature survey and how to format the literature survey using Notion page, and what are the key aspects we should keep in mind while doing our literature survey. So, to start with, we'll go for the objectives of the literature survey. So initially, when we start any new project, we are not really well versed with the fundamentals of that topic. And since we need to know the basics and fundamentals, doing a literature survey can be really helpful. This can give you a path to follow and understand the project deeply, and hence will help you through navigating the project really well. The second point to do the literature survey, since we are doing a new project and the idea is to do new and innovative things, we should be proceeding with the knowledge of existing developments and the works that have already been done in that field in any project that you are doing. And the literature survey can give you a good idea. A research about the topic will give you an understanding how they have done some kind of work which is already done, and also what can more be done which they have not explored or which you can explore. And also in this thing you can also gain the knowledge of different approaches for any topic, any idea, or doing any small task in your project. Similarly, in the third point, we'll see that even if we do a good amount of literature survey, or even if we study about our project early on at the start of the project, there will always be some gaps, some ununderstanding of topics, or some small theoretical parts which you will not understand or you might have missed out. So literature survey or any article that you go through for which is similar to your project can help you find gaps in what you didn't know. Also, you can explore new topics, new ideas. Also, when we do a literature survey, initially in the process of our project, we'll start with a literature survey. But after some basic literature survey, some research and fundamentals you have gotten, we'll do this literature survey in parallel to our project work. And hence, in during the literature survey, we'll also find some data, some theories which will be supporting our work, which will give us some kind of confirmation that what we are doing is on the right path, or that some work that has already been done will show you that that is not possible, and you can also find some new ideas during the literature work. And hence, literature survey is very important, and a proper documentation is also very important for any literature survey. So now we'll see how to start with the literature survey, the stepwise process. And the same process is easily extendable to any other projects that anyone is doing. The documentation is very easy. So we'll start with uh, the Google Scholar. So I'll demonstrate how I did. So like my project was for visible light communication. So I'll start with visible light communication for wearables. So initially, while doing a literature survey, we need to get some kind of papers or some articles that have done similar work that we're trying to do, or whatever existing development is there in any of the available work. We'll start with one paper. We'll see what they have done, they will try to include some key points out of that. So initially we'll document this as the first paper that we'll start with. You can get a citation from here, and you can use a Google Scholar for citation also. So as I did in Notion page, I'll show you. So this was my starting paper. So I started with this paper, and after going through this paper, I'll go through the references of this paper. You can go through the references of this paper, And here you will find many other articles which are similar to your topics. There might be some topics or some articles that are not related to your work. You can easily ignore them and go ahead with the topics which interest you or which you find intriguing or which you think that they can help you do your work better or which can help you understand things better. So after documenting this first paper, I'd say please also paste the link also here. After this paper, you'll press another bullet point which is done by a tab. So like if I go with this, if I press a tab, we can move a bullet point. Similarly, another bullet point under this. This bullet point is under this bullet point. So this bullet points means that this is the first reference of this first paper. Similarly, the second bullet point or third bullet point will say that this is the third reference of that same paper. So like this is the second reference, this is the first reference. You can make a tree like I did with 4 consecutive things. So like this paper is the first reference of this paper. Similarly, this paper is the first reference of this paper. You can go on and on doing this. And once you have exhausted all the references, all the articles that you find interesting, you will see that many articles will start coming out to be same. So like this is a way which we can write. I'll explain this later how we can do this. Yes. So let's go to this thing. So coming back to this thing again, first reference of the first paper will come here. And if any reference of this paper is there, you will represent it here. Now this paper will be references first of first of first. So as you can see, I have written 112 here. That means second paper of the first reference of the first reference. It's very simple. It's like a tree form. And this is similar to this paper. So it's very easy. Also, after you go through any paper, you will also need to document some kind of understanding that you got. So when you read a paper, you go through that paper, you see what they have done in that paper, what is their specific or unique application that they are trying to do. Also, if you find any some explanation that they have given in that paper and you want to do that, or any article you read, and if some kind of topic which you have not understood or you want to explore, you can also document that. So after in my comment section, you can write this paper was trying to do these things. Also, these topics were explained. You can highlight things which you find interesting. And a couple of lines or 2, 3 lines is more than sufficient for this my comment section. So it's a very simple way to do a literature survey. So after you're exhausted with all the references of this first initial paper that we started with, you go back again to Google Scholar and again go back to the Google Scholar and start finding new papers, go through all their references. The more exhaustive literature survey you do, the more broader your boundaries will become. So coming back, when we do literature survey for the existing developments, you can see a lot of different ideas and you can build your project on top of that. On top of that knowledge, you have a broader understanding, you have a broader view. So that's why literature survey is very important. Also, you can go for articles from reputed journals or journal works also. Sometimes you might find some references, you might not find that paper, or you don't have access to that uh, conference PDF, then it's fine, you don't have to paste the link. So this is how you can document it. Notion page, we use the Notion page for documentation. And yeah, so what I did is for VLC project, I went through around 200 to 300 papers, out of which around 100 I found interesting. I have documented here. I'll also attach a PDF with this video recording. So of this Notion page that you can go through and understand how to document it. It's very easy, very simple for straightforward. So thank you.